All right, what up, though? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the very last Detroit Lions post-game show of the 2025 season, and the first time I'm live in front of you guys on Lions Syndicate for 2026. Hope everybody is safe, had a great start to the new year, got all your fingers and toes from either frostbite or fireworks. And listen, y'all, I gotta be honest. I gotta come clean, man. Y'all have helped me probably just as much as I've helped you. I did not want to get on today. I don't want to watch the game. I really don't. This is the first time in a long time that I genuinely don't care. I don't care. I hope nobody gets hurt, but the game, there's no reason for it to happen. It would almost be better. I mean, I know you can't do this for draft purposes, right? And it would mess up, the NFL is about gambling and stuff like that. But if you could just concede a game, you just concede a game, take a loss. You know what I'm saying? You avoid injury, but it would make for less money, less ticket sales, so that'll never happen. But today is the first time since Matt Patricia, I have not felt anything for this team. Like, I've had to consider, since my livelihood is tied to this team, maybe it's time for me to find something else to do. I've been talking to my wife about the future and different plans that I have and things that can go outside of the realm of YouTube. But before we go down there, shout out to everybody in the chat. We got DM. What's up, Dennis? We got David in the building. What up, Psycho Billy? Hold on, let me blow this up, dog, because I cannot see. I have to blow up my monitor. Okay, there we go, so I can see. Lauren, what's up? Will I am. Tony, what up? There we go. Corey, who else? We got Q Ball in the building. Says, sup, ready for this loss, let's go. Well, the Minnesota Vikings are probably going to beat the Green Bay Packers because nobody is playing for the Green Bay Packers, which will automatically put the Detroit Lions in the last place. Now, you see a smile on my face, and I know we're supposed to be talking about the game, and we can, all right? But this smile on my face is because we in the basement, bro. We in the basement. And I swear to you, man, if Matthias come out with the same old stuff he been doing, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. I told y'all I was saving my crash outs for the offseason, and you better be ready because it's gonna be some epic crash outs. Today is disgusting. Bro. It really is. Who else woke up? Who else forgot we were even playing today, bro? You know what I've been doing? I've been watching college football. I've been like, oh, look at the Miami Hurricanes. Look at them. Look at the Ohio State Buckeyes get put out. I've been watching soccer, bro. I'm not even lying. Disney Plus soccer, 2:00 in the morning. I'm watching Perth and Sydney. Like, I'm watching soccer, bro. Like, real talk, Soccer Syndicate. Loading soon. Look, I do not care. I don't care about today. It's the first time in 5 years I haven't cared about a game. Derek, don't walk away. You good? You do good work? No, look, you know what? Lauren, what's up, Miss Johnson? How you doing? Every single year, I have to do the same ththing. And it's even worse, Lauren, because my livelihood is tied to this team. If I lose my passion, I'm done. I'm walking away, right? I'll like have somebody else take over the channel, but I'm done. And every year, I have to fight this urge. Every year that ends in disappointment. See, I'm not the only one that feels like we're going down. How many of you genuinely have hope for next year? This is the first time since Brad and Dan has taken over that we don't have hope for the next year. And you know I'm not lying. I thought about it today. I said, dog, it's the 4th. It is the 4th. We still got all winter, all spring, all summer. Somebody said in the comment section, I wished away my entire spring and summer for this. You know what? And in doing so, you got 365 days older. I'm to the point where I don't care if the Lions ever notice me. I don't need them to notice me. I don't care. I'm getting to the point where, like, I'm starting to feel like, yo, if this team ain't gonna do nothing for me, I'm not gonna do nothing for them. Right? So, I mean, who else? What is today for? What is today for? 3 years ago, we were playing to get in the playoffs. This year, we're playing to stay out of the basement. And unless Green Bay can make a comeback, because they can't even move the football. If Green Bay doesn't make a comeback, we are in last place at 9-8. And I'm telling you, I woke up this morning and I told, do a poll about what, Q? Shout out to Jordan with the super chat. Says, almost forgot the Lions played today. How much does a win or L affect draft position? Go Pistons, Lions, Wings, maybe next year, Lions. Appreciate the super chat, Jordan. Right now, it's up for grabs. It really is, because we got to see where we land. I'm assuming somewhere like 18, 17, 18, somewhere between 16 and 18 is where the Lions are going to end up. But we got to also see what's going on with the Steelers and Ravens later tonight. So I think that would affect us as well. But you are the first super chat on Lions Syndicate in 2026. So I thank you for that, my friend. Now, Lions definitely bouncing back next year for sure. It's actually crazy to give up on one bad year. Okay, first of all, 98-07, I don't know who the heck you talking to, bro. I'm not giving up. I've been around for 30 years. 30 years, 0-16, I was here. I don't know about you. And who said giving up? I'm talking about the fact that my passion is tied to my livelihood, which is tied to this team. I do this for a living. This is what I do. One of the things that I do. This is my primary source of income because I built that. What I'm saying is I'm ready to venture outside of YouTube and get outside of the Lions. That's what I'm talking about. But I hate when people say stuff like, one bad year? Are you kidding me, bro? One bad year? You must be crazy. You must be crazy. Are you under 20, bro? One bad year? That has to be a joke. One bad year? How about 90, bro? How about 60? What are we talking about? One bad year. What are we doing? What is this? One bad year. A bad year that everyone saw coming. Everybody that has cheeks and sat on them cheeks saw it coming. Everybody but Matthias, bro. Come on, dog. Now, we're not doing this whole one bad year thing. Why you sitting there? Well, back in the day, the Lions, I remember 50 years ago, I was talking about, my teeth fell out. One bad year. Stop it, bro. We're not doing this. Look, I don't care. You said you talking like I'm giving up. I'm not. I said I'm tired. Right? What are we doing? That's why the Lions get to do. That's why you know what? Hold on. You know what? Since I'm giving up after one bad year, bro, I hate. You know what, Lions fans, some of y'all are dumb. And I'm not even talking about you in particular. Some of y'all are dumb. You will just settle for nothing. You will settle for somebody off the street, bro. Hey, you want to be my girlfriend? You live on the street? Fine. Come be my girlfriend, bro. This is stupid. This is stupid. See, enough with the sugarcoat, bro. One bad year? Are you kidding? To a team that's never been to a Super Bowl, never won a Super Bowl, won a playoff game for the first time in 30 years. One bad year? Come on, dog. It's amazing that we're not back to SOL. But you know what? I'll let Melvin tell you. I'll let Melvin tell you how he going to make this team better.
With cap space, everybody goes up for everybody, but you guys are among the teams with the most space.
That's why the Lions can do whatever they want to.
At your last press conference, and maybe clarify, are you guys targeting some of the bigger fish? Doesn't mean you're going to get them, but is that the plan, given the cap space, to target some of the bigger fish?
Now, let me be clear. He said this before re-signing Marcus Davenport, bro. One bad year. A bad year, and yeah, he got me triggered. One bad year. A bad year that every analyst saw coming. A bad year that a basement general manager like myself saw coming. When you re-sign a guy like Marcus Davenport. Come on, dog. And then did you look at the cap, what we have to do? Do you know that there are 36 people under contract for Detroit next season? After today, there's 36 people under contract. We are, what are we? Cap space, $13 million. Without some restructures, we going to sign a bunch of bums again. Come on, dog. One bad year? That's got me feeling some type of way. I don't understand this, bro. One bad year. This team had a wait list after one good year. That's how starved we are. And this fool right here, not you, this guy that's talking, this is why we had this one bad year. Y'all be killing me, bro. Look at the 49ers. They got 6 titles, and for the last 15 years, they've been up and down, up and down. One bad year. Come on, dog.
Yeah, that's very relative.
Look, the cap is over. Y'all can watch anybody else, dog, because all of these people been capping you for all of this time. You got cats that's out here make videos just because they get paid. That's it. You got people making videos telling you what you want to hear because they don't want you to stop watching them. Here it is. I'm going off on this team, bro. One bad year. That has to be cap. We retired Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders. What is we talking about?
In terms of, what is a bigger fish?
We cut Zadarius Smith. Why? For what? We literally, think about this. Let me know when the actives come out because I'm not even paying attention. Think about this. If you're Zadarius, this is what Brad Holmes said going into 2025. He said, okay, Zadarius, we traded for you, bro, because we had to, dog. See, what happened was our one edge rusher, our elite, because how many football teams in the National Football League, right? 32, right? 32, right? Okay. How many of them are elite pass rushers? About 5 or 6? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fair. And we have one, right? So Zadarius Smith, we traded for Zadarius Smith because we needed him. We needed to use him. He was under contract. Then we cut him. And do you know what we decided to do instead? We decided to cut Zadarius Smith, who probably retired because he wanted to be here, and sign Marcus Davenport. That was a conscious move that Detroit made while sitting on, where we at? $27 million in cap space. So paint the picture here, ladies and gentlemen. We have a pass rusher that we trade for under contract. We cut him because he cost too much money for a guy who costs nothing. And what did that guy do? We still paid him $3-something million. So we paid him a third of what Zadarius was going to get, and he done nothing. I'm all out of bubblegum for members, viewers, subscribers, content creators, Brad Holmes, Martha, Sheila, the entire organization. I'm all out of bubblegum. We sitting here talking about a meaningless Week 18 game while the Chicago Bears, did you see the Seattle defense yesterday? Was it just me, or did y'all watch the game yesterday? Did you see the defense swarming around everybody? They couldn't even move, bro. Suffocating. And this is what he had, and we signed Marcus Davenport.
We've kind of kept it pretty strategic and selective in terms of the resources that we've had, but it's very subjective of what you deem a bigger fish. Listen,
no Lions fan has the right to tell any Lions fan whatever. I'm saying this because I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated, bro. For you to there's two words I hate in the Lions language: relax and patience. I hate those two words. People have died being patient and relaxed. We ain't asking for a lot, dog. We asking for a Super Bowl. And I'm beyond talking to you, bro. I'm talking to whoever watching. See, I done sat on this mess for 5 years while these other content creators been fluffing you. That's what they've been doing. That's what they've been doing, all of them. You notice how some of them, they'll say something and then they'll have to quickly retract what they say. I'm not trying to, I don't want you to be mad at me now. I don't want you to be mad. I finally got the recognition that I deserve because I stood on business. That's all I've done. This team was never any better. Y'all was coming off that high of the NFC Championship game and 15-2. This team was not any better. Broderick Martin not even on the team. Like, come on, dog.
I think I have an idea because it's the quote unquote name, but again, it's going to be the.
Listen, this soundbite right here is going to haunt Brad Holmes for the rest of his time as a Detroit Lions general manager. I thought about this. I was talking to my wife this morning, and I said, "Yo, I forgot it was a game today." I was like, "I really don't want to do this," and she was like, "I don't understand why Brad is doing it." Why? I said, "Excuse me." People are finally saying, like, Derek, you know what, dog? You was right, bro. You used to call me a crybaby. I was whining. I was a whiner. I was a girl. All of this stuff because I'm standing on business. This team didn't get any better, right? Because I'm crashing out at the draft when we didn't. Our free agent splash was DJ Reed. That was our free agent splash. Our free defensive line, you know what we did? Marcus Davenport. Like, that was our defensive line. And I knew we were in trouble. But I said to her, my wife, I said, the issue is, Brad, see, winning covers things. And people, Derek, why are you complaining? We're winning games. Yeah, we're winning games, so we're not winning everything. Why are you complaining? I'm complaining because this team, on paper, did not get any better. See, our offense has been carrying this team for years under Aaron Glenn and now under Kelvin Shepard. Our offense has been carrying this team ever since 2022. In the NFC Championship game, our offense and I told y'all then, the offense could not flounder. The minute it floundered, the 49ers came back, and Seattle had them looking like boo-boo the fool yesterday. Seattle had them looking ridiculous yesterday. Purdy getting smashed in half. Kittle contained. McCaffrey contained. Jennings contained. You letting CeeDee Lamb get 200 and some yards, bro. Come on, dog. Spencer, 22 months, big dog. Wow. I got to get your gift ready, man. I got an idea what it's going to be. It's going to come directly to you. Says, it's crazy how we all went into the season saying this year was a Super Bowl or bust. Now people are okay with us missing the playoffs. What? That's what I'm saying. And to finish my statement about why Brad Holmes, why now people are paying attention, is because of comments like these. We have Zadarius Smith. We cut him. We re-signed Marcus Davenport coming off of, ladies and gentlemen, 2 consecutive season-ending injuries. Last time we did that was Tim Patrick. It worked out. DJ Reader was hurt 2 out of 3 of the seasons before we signed him. He's been all right. He's been all right. Not all right, all right. That's as best as DJ Reader has been. And these are why people are now starting to pay attention to Brad Holmes, because Brad Holmes made himself. I told my wife, I said, he did this to himself. He did all that talking in the offseason. And I'm going to let him finish. I'm like Kanye West. I'm cutting him off.
It's going to be the same approach that we've always had, because I know it's. I think I said in that press conference, it's easy to win the headline. It's easy to win March. It's like that. That's easy to win. But man, we're trying to win December. You know, and that's those are 2 different perspectives.
Hold on, who's the troll? Who's the troll? DM? Who's trolling?
And that's how you got to plan.
Look, can't nobody say nothing to me, bro. I've been right. So DM, I usually appreciate Jay Smooth is better than a golf lover. Hey, well, if you look, like I said, that's also Brad Holmes' fault. Look, Lamar Jackson, he talking about being available. Go get him. I don't care. I'm about to turn into Brad Holmes. I'm about to turn arrogant just like him, because I've been dealing with this mess for 4 years of people in the comment section telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. Do I think I'm smarter than Brad Holmes? Well, I don't know. Because you saw, are we all smarter than Brad? Because everybody knew Marcus was nothing as a football player.
And I think that's how you have to approach it.
Yeah, I mean, it's subjective. I could give you names. I don't think you would tell me if you're in on Danielle Hunter.
No. Hey, ass. Okay, we're not talking about you spinning facts. This all stemmed from you talking about one bad year, okay? And to me, that does not equate for me as a Lions fan. One bad year, bro. We were the first team in NFL history to lose 16 games in a regular season. So we don't have one bad year. And see, that's why Lions fans, they got put in this state of, I mean, think about this, right? And it was never directed towards you. But think about this. In 2023, what was the majority of you guys saying? In 2023, we're in year 3 of a rebuild. Oh, we go to the NFC Championship game. We blew a 17-point lead. And you know what I heard? We were ahead of schedule. There's no such thing in the National Football. You are not ahead. You are right where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. You capitalize on the situation. But in 2023, Brad thought that it was more important to trade for, wait for it, Donovan Peoples-Jones. In 2024, you trade for Zadarius Smith simply because you had to. You used him up. You spit him out. And by choice, you went to go get Marcus Davenport. That does not make any sense whatsoever. You literally stooped down to go get this guy because he was more affordable. So you went and traded for a guy. Remember, these are Brad's words. The best available pass rusher was Zadarius Smith at the trade deadline of 2024. And the first chance we got, we cut him in favor of Marcus Davenport.
Chris Jones or, hey, Decal. I've got to phrase it in a way to give you a chance to play with us here with it. But, yeah, I mean, people are excited about where you guys are at. And, of course, everybody wants to see a player they think can take this team over the hump. I mean, do you feel that? I don't want to call it.
Listen to what he's about to say. This soundbite is glorious. And I'm glad I stumbled across it the other day. This soundbite is glorious. Listen to what Brad is about to say.
Pressure. I mean, but do you feel that there's a urgency to, hey, let's close the gap and win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, the reason why I'm more I don't feel a pressure or urgency. Like what I said last offseason, I said we just don't want to take any steps backwards. We want to keep improving, and we're going to take the same approach. We're not going to take any steps backwards. We're going to keep improving.
We're going to take the same approach. We might not. He spoke with confidence. We're not going to take any spots back. We're going to keep improving. Not only did you take one spot back, Brad, you took 2 and you took 3. And now you in the basement. I can't wait till that game goes final. Do you understand that we lost? Shout out to the super chat and the member, 16 Hodges, with the donation says, talk your ish, man. Do you understand that Max Brosmer, a rookie undrafted free agent, beat this team with 51 yards, not one completion over 10 yards, and had 3 net passing yards. We lost to a team, a quarterback, who didn't even get drafted, and he beat us with 3 net passing yards. That's almost fireable on the spot. Real talk. Real talk, bro. That's enough to get an offensive coordinator fired. In this case, it was Dan Campbell. Somebody, or the defensive coordinator, Kelvin Shepard. 3 net yards. As a matter of fact, he might have, I wonder if this is true, if he had the lowest net yards all season. There was a game a couple weeks ago, Jackson Dart, and I think the inactive is out. Jackson Dart had negative 2 yards or 2 yards at the half. Imagine that. So let him finish. I'll bring in the actives. We'll end in the stream. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you want bubbles, rainbows, Rainbow Bright, the Care Bears, all that stuff, this ain't the channel for anybody. Those days are a wrap. You got a billion Lions channels out there that you can watch. Some are going to. Oh, you know what? I mean, I don't really like the move, but Brad. I'm just, I'm not going to say nothing because I don't want y'all not to like me. I'm not here to be liked, bro. I'm here to win Super Bowls.
And what we've done so far is that's what's been working. And we'll adjust to different circumstances when needed. But
all right, we'll adjust to different circumstances when needed. So now Brad Holmes has said to you what we've been doing was working. And I guess he was okay. He was right about that. Now it didn't. Now, how, Brad, are you going to adjust to those different circumstances? AKA not making the playoffs, AKA being in last place in your division. How are you going to adjust that? So if Brad Holmes comes out this season and he says the same thing he said last year, then that tells you everything you need to know. How Brad attacks the offseason in free agency will tell me everything I need to know. I swear to you, if Josh Pascal comes back, Levi comes back, we are not going anywhere. I will lose trust in Brad totally if he does that.
Overall approach, that's not changing. So we just gotta. And look, you gotta say, I'm not a big believer in when you really look deeply into the one player away, like when you look into that narrative, there's one guy away. That's really not realistic because what you're saying is that one player, you might sign that one player in March, and that one player looks good in black and white on a depth chart in March and April, and all through the summer. What if that one player is not available in October, in November, in December? Or what if you're saying one player, you're saying one player on top of all the other players you already have. So what if that one player is?
Yeah, Brad, because that one player can't do it by itself. But that one player can elevate you to the next level. As I see you, bro. Says, okay, my bad, one bad year out of the last 5. That's also incorrect. Year 1 was a travesty, but we all knew that. Year 2 was disappointing, but it gave us hope. Year 3 was the year. We were, quote, ahead of schedule. Year 4, first seed, right? Here's the issue, bro. In the NFL, which literally means not for long, you don't have time to waste. Now, you talked about 5 years, right? Now where are we at? Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, 2 more years currently under their contract. Now what? Now they're in that sweet spot of, hey, do we make the best decisions for the future, even though that future may not include us, right? So now they had their opportunity right at the sweet spot of 2023, right there at the trade deadline to trade for somebody worth a fart. But we didn't do that. So then we blew, and then 2024, Brad attacked the offseason with Marcus Davenport. Like, so that's what I'm saying, bro. So I get you. All right. That whole thing triggered me, man. This whole one bad year, patience, relax, all of that stuff annoys me, bro. Like, we have the right to say that as a fan base. The Houston Texans, who are 30 years old, are about to make the playoffs. They might even make the Super Bowl with the way their defense playing, right? The Seattle Seahawks. I could see Houston. I could see that as a Super Bowl matchup. And that'll be something to it. Defense on both sides. I think he was done.
Is available in October, in November, December, but all the other players are not. So that's why I think you got to be a little careful about we just got to take that one player. No, I don't really. I'm not a big believer in that.
Okay, you see the whole condescending, but all the other players are not. Come on, dog. Well, that's your job too, Brad. It's your job too to get other players. What happened to next man up? Because it didn't matter. We just needed bodies, right? Notice Dan Campbell speaking a different tune this year. He ain't with that all next man up. Ain't wore the grit shirt in a minute. Ain't wore all it takes. It takes more. He ain't wore that stuff in a minute, bro. I ain't seen Salty in a minute. He need to say, Brad, I'm sick of it. I'm ready. Come on, dog. All right. Inactive list is out. I have been holding on to this for a little bit. And it's like, yo, man, I'm watching the Seattle defense. I'm watching defenses just swarm. I'm watching people. And it's like, listen, one thing I will always be grateful for that I think this regime did it to me, for me personally, this team for me gave me something to look forward to other than SOL. And I will always be grateful for that. And no matter who came in here, Jim Caldwell, it didn't matter, right? Everything the Lions did was SOL, even hiring head coaches and general managers, taking a wide receiver, first overall, second, Charles Rogers, right? Those things. Same old Lions. To me, that's dead. Are the embers there? Yeah. They're not snuffed out yet. A Super Bowl is going to snuff out the embers. But for me, it's suppressed. It's way, 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 way deep down inside. SOL is not the first thing I think about. The first thing I think about is Melvin. He the first thing I think about. You did all that talking. You talked all that junk. You had a positional value hoodie on, villain, and you turned out to be Harvey Holmes. Now let's see if we can bring Harvey Dent back in the game. Holmes is all this talking, bro. Now we didn't win. We regressed. Everything you said we were going to do in the offseason, we did the opposite. Now it's time. Let's see what you really about, bro. And remember when he said, what did he say? It's harder to pick. You have to be more spot on when you're picking late because the hits don't hit all the time. The picks don't hit. And it's Rakestraw, Terrion Arnold, Tyleek. He all right. He okay. He ain't like a wrecker. He ain't no Jalen Carter. You know what I'm saying? So notice after Brad lost them 2 Matthew Stafford picks, he done turned like he went from the Hawk to Bruce Banner. And y'all know I'm not capping, bro. See, my thing is delivering. I could be this guy, and y'all hate when I'm like, Brad needs to do that. Y'all hate that. You hate it, okay? So let me do my thing, bro. It's time for Brad to do his. Here is the inactive list. Don't make no sense, man. Coming off 2 NFC championships 2 years ago. You know what? You know what I said to myself? I said, dog, ain't that about a trip? Sam Darnold was in week 18, 2 years in a row, was playing for the number 1 seed. And where we at? In the basement, bro. I was feeling some type of way yesterday. I said, ain't this about a trip? Sam I am went to a different team that had the same result. This time he won. While we at the crib, bro. Our team packs up their lockers tomorrow. But the most excited I am is the fact that Matthias is in front of the media by Wednesday. He better be sometime in the next 7 days. We will hear him speak for the first time in over 16 weeks, and I cannot wait. I'm telling you, I'm off the hinges this year. I finally get to be my real self. And what I mean by that is not holding anything back. I was holding back because I was sick of the ridicule in the comment section. I was always the same, but I was keeping it at bay. And now I am off the leash, bro. Here are the inactives. Does it really matter? Does it really matter? Alexander Zaloni. Somebody said he had his third child. Okay? Shout out to him. Congratulations. He's played possibly his last game as a Detroit Lion. Awasika, Thomas Harper, Dominic Levette, Aleem McNeil. Wow. And Panay Sewell. Taylor Decker is a go, looks like. Good for him. We don't know what he's going to do. If this is your last game, Taylor, you make sure that you play your best game. You keep our quarterback upright. You keep our quarterback. DM is in the 30-minute timeout. Listen, Lori, I appreciate it. Everybody, look, here's how you defeat a troll. You don't feed them. Trolls are like parasites. You let them talk. If they want to talk, they pay me. That's how it is. Ignore them, they go away. Trolls cannot thrive by themselves. Leave them alone. Trust me. That's why Chicago Bears fans have to pay a troll toll. All right? The way that you starve out a troll, ignore him, block him. You as an individual can block anybody in this chat. There are 3 buttons on the right side of their name. You click it. You put block, and you will never see a comment from them ever on any channel, ever. In the chat, in the comment section. All right? Okay, wait a minute. Wait. So, what Derek, number 1, Brad Holmes, what are you talking about, bro? Because, see, I gave you a chance. You talking to me? You talking to me? Whoever you talking to, you out of line, big dog. Don't you ever say nothing like that to another man. See, that's the stuff that gets you caught up. So I'm gonna let you defend yourself before you get up out of here. No, I'm gonna let him talk. I'm gonna let him talk. I'm gonna let him because I ain't one of them. I ain't one of them blockers. Facts. That's one thing. So I'm gonna let him say something because you sound like an idiot. Y'all catching all the smoke, man. Either deal with it or don't. That's it. I've been right. That's it. I'm telling you, man, this is a whole different me. No, he being quiet now. He being quiet now. I'm gonna tell you what, man. Respect is this is all fun and love at the end of the day. And I'm never attacking anybody. I say what I say to be entertaining. It's never a direct attack. It's never personal. This is entertainment. Okay? This is what makes me appealing. All right? I could be a robot and produce content and talk about Omaha Steaks. I can do that. I can work for somebody else. I don't do that. I don't put sneaky good moves in all of my thumbnails. I don't talk about other teams when my team is losing. I give you the content that you deserve from an actual Lions fan who's on the season ticket wait list, who actually goes to games, who I'm not worried about my AdSense like other people. I don't thrive when I just stream games like other people. Okay? I don't have to lie to you. I would never do that. So you will respect me. I will respect you. At the end of the day, it's all love, fun, and games. All right? But don't get disrespectful, bro. And that's a buck. Because the only thing I will do is ban you. That's it. For life. I will make sure you never come back. Usually I clear my block list at the end of the season and at the beginning. But you will have a special place on the permanent block list. Okay. And just like I thought, being the chump he is, he didn't respond. Anyway, we'll be on in about 30 minutes or so. Okay? I am willing to start fresh with anybody. We're at the end of the season. Okay? I'll unblock everybody tomorrow. All right? So I'm putting this out there. We all emotional. Our team sucked this year. It was disappointing. I'm willing to start fresh if you start fresh. All right? With that being the case, I appreciate you members. I will update the screen as soon as possible for my director members. If you have hit your member milestone of 6 months or 12 months, please let me know. I have your helmet waiting. Okay? I will see you all in 30 minutes. Go Lions.